Welcome back, awesome Action Toy fans and subscribers. It is August the 28th, 2023. I'm looking at this Ultramarines Primaris Captain with Power Sword and Plasma Pistol. This came about, let me see, 2 days, 3 days ago, something like that. Or maybe more than that, I can't remember because I've just been away and just come back 2 days ago myself. Looks pretty cool in the box. Haven't taken the plastic off yet. I quite like that unhelmeted head sculpt. Looks very nice, but honestly it looks like it's mainly a reuse of parts. Oh, interesting, they've gone for the sword system they've done on the Jiang Hu figures, where you've got the sword unsheathed or just the handle and the sheath, which I'm a bit disappointed with. I'd rather have the whole sword fitting to the sheath, but perhaps this is cheaper to manufacture. Nothing looks too majorly new on it, but it does look pretty cool. So I'm going to unbox this. If you like this sort of content, consider joining the Patreon. It's free for 7 days. You can cancel any time in those 7 days and it costs you nothing. Get to see all the content as soon as it's uploaded, no longer needing to wait around for 1 week, 3 weeks, 3 months plus longer to see the reviews. Plus there's extra content as well and other benefits. Okay, let me unbox this. I'll be back in an instant. Patreon links in the top right now. Stay tuned. And here he is. He does look good. I love the fact that the inking is back. It's very subtle, but it makes the blue darker, and it is noticeable in some areas more than others. It also appears that he's might have a bit of highlighting on the pauldron there too. So you see, I've put the little handle section inside the scabbard, and this is the sword. Well, that same sword that's not in there. The handle's the same. The little top part's the same. Except I think it's missing those little groove lines there, these little lines here. Sorry. We'll have a little look at that in a second. It's quite hard to get that little handle part in. You have to sort of take it off his belt and then sort of push it and go. And you could heat it up, I guess, if you want to make it slightly easier. It also comes with 2 extra pairs of hands, left and right fist. And he also comes with the opposite to his standard. So standard, which he has now, is right hand trigger and left hand gripping. And he comes with left hand trigger and right hand gripping. And he also comes with this unhelmeted head, which we saw earlier on the box, which is not bad, to be fair. It's not great, they have done better, but that's not a bad head. Does look pretty cool. And as a lot of them are coming with now, they're coming with this foot plate here as well. And I've got one here I forgot to put away from something else. Okay, so let's get a close look at him. Remove some stuff out of the way. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so here he is. He's not bad. I think he's a nice addition. However, is it too much of the same thing? There are differences, but it's very similar. If you look on the pauldron, you can see the highlighting on the edges, that green into the yellow, which is pretty nice. You can see inking in the face. You can see inking on the feet there as well. Also on the thighs. There's a bit more inside there. There is some too. The inking needs to be a little bit heavier, I think, to make it look better. But it's better than when they were not inked. You see the inking in the eyes, on the skull, on his forearm there as well. And certainly see it on the emblem on his chest. He is a nice looking figure. Now the issue that we're going to have in a moment, which I'm sure we're all aware of, is going to be the articulation with the shoulders. I also want to point out these fingers again. They've sort of regressed back to the really stiff sort of fingers, which is a shame. If I pull the little sword part out here, we can see that it's basically the same, but as I said, those little lines, what they are, don't appear on the sheathed one, the scabbarded one at the top on here. But otherwise, it's the same. Appears to be same scale and dimensions, from what I can tell. Okay, so let's get a look at articulation. So starting from top to bottom, so as always, I believe the nozzles, the nozzles do move on the backpack. Head is a side to side, he can turn, he can forwards, backwards. Shoulders are ratcheted all the way around and to the side. That's it, but he does have a shoulder roll, which helps with a lot of things. So bicep bend, which is just over 90 degrees. There's a swivel, and the hands on a ball joint, double ball joint, barbell ball joint, to get a great range of motion. He has trunk for forwards, backwards, really good. Side to side is good. He can turn a little bit. With the waist, he can turn a lot. Combined with the trunk, forwards is great, I'm happy to say. Backwards is great, and the side to side is pretty damn good too. Hips, the armor plates are going to get in the way, so not so far. Forwards, again, it affects it, so, and backwards it affects it, so not so far, which is a shame. He's a bulky boy. You don't expect him to be doing splits or taekwondo. There's a thigh swivel. He's got a double kneecap. He's got that ugly kneecap when you bend it to the extremes, over 90 degrees. Really good bend, has to be said. And the feet are on a barbell, double barbell, so he can turn, he can pivot, he can tippy toe, he can barely do dorsiflexation, and he's got a toe joint as well. Great articulation, just the shoulders are letting him down. Now, in terms of size, let's get my trusty tape measure. To the top of his head, he's around about 12 cm. If I compare him to a Body 1 Invicta Warsuit Pilot Ultramarines again, you can see that he is bigger and he is chunkier. If I compare him to the newly released Chaos Sorcerer Lord in Terminator armor, now he doesn't look particularly small. Now he's looking kind of small in comparison, as you'd expect, since the Chaos Sorcerer Lord is in Terminator armor. But all things said, it's a nice looking figure. It's a good release, but again, it's an Ultramarines, and we've had captains before. And is it the same of the? Is it too much of the same thing? I guess if you're an Ultramarines player and collector, definitely not. But otherwise, if you're not, it might be. Still, it's a good release, and I do like it, and I'm happy to have it in my collection. Okay, this is Awesome Action Toys. I am signing out, saying please like, share, subscribe. Consider joining the Patreon. Link is in the video description below if you didn't see it earlier, along with discount codes for some of the better toy sellers, including for Joytoy. So it is worth checking it out because you can get discounts. Okay, I'll see you next video. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.